Hey guys, it's Postbox Pat. Welcome back to a brand new storyline video, as well as opening the secret package which Epic Games actually sent me. So huge shout out to them for sending me over JONESY'S bag. This is really exciting stuff because it does relate to the storyline and obviously what's coming in the future for the hunt for Jonesy. But first off, I thought we'd start off in the world of Fortnite because currently the 0 point is now connected to the ground over here once again, opening up another portal for potentially more skins to get added in. Now, from my prediction from this and the sound that you can hear over here, you actually can tell that this is going to be upcoming Marvel skins once again making an appearance. Now the prediction for this one is probably going to be the Black Panther, Captain Marvel, and the other skin which I can't exactly remember his name right now, but I'll pop a picture of him up on screen right here. These three should be coming maybe as a bundle or maybe even individually. We don't know 100% when, but this is most likely them connecting to the 0 point right there. So that's the first piece of storyline news we have there, with Jonesy recruiting more people for his IO team. Now we know that Jonesy is part of the IO team because if you actually check this out right here, this is what Epic Games sent me, and on the letter which you can see right here, we can see the IO logo is at the very top, and it's more of like an email letter printed out. So it says to Agent Jones and also to Agent Postbox Pat. And you can see the subject is the plan. So this is basically what Jonesy has to do and what we have to do or have been recruited to do inside the world of Fortnite. So it says here, we need to stop them from escaping the loop. With the 0 point exposed, now is our chance to enlist the help of others. This is very key because that's what we need to do. Obviously, he needs them to defend the 0 point. Your mission is to gather the greatest hunters across the realities so we can hunt down those trying to escape the loop. We've pulled together items that should help you track down or pursue each of your targets. Good luck and happy hunting. See attachment. And then the attachment we get is the list of the items which you can see here. This obviously includes all of these, which we're going to go over and break down and relate these to the storyline and how they link in with the Fortnite event this season and how it's all going to tie in. So with that being said, we can confirm that the IO team is also part of Jonesy's squad because at the top of that email letter you can see that their logo is there, and they are situated all over the new POIs which were added in this season. For example, if we head over to Hunter's Haven right now in game, you'll see that in the basement of this building, this is one of many of the IO outposts. You can see their logos on here, which is really nice, which you can see right here, as well as if we go down into here, we should be able to see some of their logos as well. So we're in the basement now. Let's see what we've got. We've got their logo on the TV right there, as well as their logo on the floor. Now we've talked about this in the past. People have been referring this to as the 7, but we can confirm now that this is not part of the 7. This is Jonesy's team, or Jones's team, John Jones. This is his team right here to actually develop the Fortnite storyline this season and hire them hunters to protect against the 7 and also to protect possibly against the Marvel or Galactus characters. We're not 100% sure. Galactus himself, the Marvel characters, etc. The 0 point is exposed, so someone is trying to escape. We assume it's probably going to be the 7, so Jones's job is to protect it. Or is it? That is the question. Will Jones suddenly change halfway through the season? I don't know. I can't confirm that right now. Now, because Jones is stuck in the loop as a snapshot, we know that possibly he could develop some kind of like feeling to actually against his IO team and maybe even decide to break out of the loop itself. Now, I've talked about everything up to this point in a previous storyline video, which you guys absolutely love. So this is more of like a theory video, also breaking down what Epic have sent me and kind of going into relating that to the storyline because that's what's key right here. So let's jump into this straight away and go over what we have on this list and kind of relate these to upcoming skins and current things that the hunter wise that Jones has hired, because these hunters are going to be key because this is what Jones needs to defend the loop or even defeat the loop if he decides to change his mind, which we don't 100% know. So first off, we know that 2 of the heroes that got added in were Kratos and Master Chief. They are the first 2 that got added in of many. There's many to come with these Marvel ones lined up for tonight, as well as this list here which hints towards many more in the future. So let's break down what we have and what Epic have sent me. So inside of Jonesy's bag, which is here, which you can see that it is listed to Jonesy's, to Agent Jones, so it does belong to him, and you can also see it in the trailer. This bag is definitely Agent Jones's, which is so awesome to actually have and be sent it. So thank you so much again, Epic Games, for sending this over. It means so much to me, and obviously this is huge for the storyline. So let's jump into it and break it down. So first off, we see that we got the cup. This generally relates to Mando or Baby Yoda, in my opinion. I feel like we already have that, hence why it's crossed out. We also have sunglasses. Now, I'm not too sure exactly what the sunglasses could relate to, but a few people have been saying possibly Terminator or even possibly the Men in Black franchise. I do feel like Jonesy has these sunglasses just generally maybe to wear when he's traveling from point to point. which will be interesting, but maybe it does relate to a skin, I'm not too sure. Hand wraps. Now, I'm guessing this is some sort of kind of like Street Fighter, boxer type person, which could be coming into the game. We don't exactly know, but it's definitely going to be a hero he could hire. And it'd be interesting to see if he actually hires some sport personalities. We don't actually know if that would be the case, but you know, there are personalities in the game currently with Travis Scott and Marshmallow. Maybe we could see some sport people being introduced into the world of Fortnite. I have seen this knocking around on a few questionnaires as well, what people have been receiving, asking would you like to see, like, you know, sport people. Maybe that could be one of them, and possibly you could see a boxer or someone from Street Fighter or a different area of like a sport, which would be interesting. Alright, so continuing on with the list, we're on to necklace. Now this, in my opinion, relates to Maeve because she wears kind of like a tooth necklace. Hers has a lot more teeth on it, but that's who I think this links to, and hence why it's crossed out in this situation. There's no one else I can relate this to, so it's got to be Maeve. The scratcher, who could that be? It's actually got a gold hand on. It's a back scratcher. Who could have a golden hand? Midas. Wait a second. Isn't there a female Midas coming? And it looks like there is. So I guess this scratcher relates to the female Midas. That's my opinion on that. Then the next one, I think, which is going to be the actual Space Bananas, could relate back to Jonesy's trailer, which we saw this season in his office with the Space Jonesy on there and Jonesy himself. Or it could relate back to the Chapter 2 Season 2 event in his office where we saw the pictures on there, which are very similar with the monkey and stuff. Maybe the Space Bananas could be used to tame one of these monkeys, and they're kind of like a bit mutated than normal monkeys, and they have special abilities. They're much bigger. You can ride them. It'd be so awesome. So that would be cool if the Space Bananas are like that. The next one we have is the Cherry Blossom Tea, which is crossed out. This is because this relates to Condor. He's already been found by Jonesy, and he is located over at Misty Meadows, which is actually the same location as Lucky Landing on the Chapter 1 map. So that's why it's related to the Blossoms. We also see this in the voice trailer as well, which the voice tapes which Jonesy released, or the radio tapes before Season 5 went live. So that's interesting. Ant-Man, or Ant Farm, should I say, is Ant-Man. Ant is definitely a linking to him, and it's got to be sure. It might be wrong, but I'm not too sure. The wig is, in my opinion, Lexa. I definitely feel like the wig is for Lexa, but I'm not 100% sure, but it is crossed out, so that's why I'm linking it to that. Then we have Candy. Now, the candy itself comes in red and blue candy. This, to me, instantly makes me think the Matrix because of what they have in there with the red and blue, but I'm not too sure if it is that. It could also be a link to Red versus Blue and Master Chief, which we've seen, so that could be linking with the candy because it's red and blue candy. So that could be that, because this parcel was received a few days after Master Chief came in game, which I'm guessing was sent before Master Chief was in the game. So it could be hinting towards Master Chief with the red versus blue stuff, but it might not be. So I'm not too sure if to cross off that candy one just yet, but you never know. You never really know. I'm assuming, though, that could be the case, because if you go down here, we have face paint. Now, this one's crossed out, so this is probably going to be Kratos because he has the red face paint, and the paint in this picture, which they sent me, is red, so that relates to that, in my opinion. Then we also have Helmet, which is crossed out. This, again, relates to the Gladiator skin, which is currently in the game, so that's what I think is going with that one. And then the Mud Mask. This one I was a little bit uncertain about, but during the Predator, a few of the human characters do wear mud on their face to disguise themselves in the woods, so I was kind of thinking that for the Mud Mask, but I'm not too sure. It could be maybe linking to the Predator, but I'm not too sure. Only time would tell, but I think the Predator is going to come in because we do hear a similar sound to it in the tapes as well, released this season. Then the next one we have is Syrup. This is crossed out on the list, so I'm guessing Syrup has got to be Mancate, surely. He loves that syrup, so Mancate, that's got to be you. Tokens. This was interesting. I was actually thinking maybe John Wick, maybe The Witcher. I'm not too sure. I think The Witcher would be pretty cool, the introduction of The Witcher into the game, but I don't know. It would be a big hero for them to add on another gaming legends, so it makes sense, but that's my prediction on that one. And then finally, the baseball bat. I have no idea. This one I'm very uncertain about because we already have Harley Quinn, so it can't be her. Who else has a baseball bat? I honestly do not know. Maybe again someone from like the Street Fighter era, somewhere like that, or maybe even like a Ninja Turtle or something. If they got a baseball bat, I don't think they have. I don't even know who would actually have a baseball bat. Maybe a baseball player. I don't know. That would be cool as well. but only time would tell again with this baseball bat. Let me know in the comments, guys, who you think that could link to. But that's everything that Epic Games did send to me in this Jonesy bag. I was so hyped to receive this, so thank you so much, Epic, for sending this over. This really does help with the storyline. I'm going to be going through every single week, looking and referring back to this list for you guys, so we can kind of get a rough idea who's came in, who hasn't, what we've got, what's coming next. And I generally do think these are all related to Jonesy's hunters, rather than actually maybe storyline content 100%. But it is related to the storyline content because he's recruiting these hunters to protect the 0 point from being exposed. That's why he's recruiting them, from what we know now. But that could change. Only time will tell. Okay, thanks so much for watching, guys. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I hope to see you guys in future content. And once again, this is Postbox Pat, signing out.